Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about Rainbow Six Siege teammates. No, not the randoms that you find in solo queue, but what makes a good versus bad teammate in Siege. There's a lot of different qualities that you can find in people, and I just want to let you guys know from my experiences, both playing Siege with people, doing other games, doing sports with people, my kind of definition of good and bad teammates. So to get started, one myth that I want to dispel right off the bat is that if someone rages at the game, they are a bad teammate. That is wrong. Because you have to look deeper at that person, right? Maybe they are mad at the game, but they don't bring it out on other people. That's a good sign. That means that they have a lot more empathy and they understand that they can hurt your feelings. I think that shows that someone has an anger problem, but not a people problem. If they get mad at you all the time and tell you suck, well, I've had teammates like that before. Get rid of them. Don't play with those people. Okay? And the stories that I'm going to use here is I used to play with a guy, we'll call him Bob, and another friend who I really like called Connor. Okay? Bob is a fake name. Connor's one of my good friends that got me into Siege. So his teammate Bob, when I played Siege with him, every time he died towards the end of our friendship, it was, why didn't you tell me he was there? Right? Why didn't you drone that for me? By the way, he had no comms, right? So he would call out things like, there's a Jaeger, there's a castle, there's a this, on my X, right? But he wouldn't take responsibility for the fact that I lost my gunfight. Siege is broken. Siege doesn't have good hit reg. If you've actually, by the way, side tangent here, if you actually watch your footage back, Siege has really good hit registration. It's just that you missed the head by a centimeter and didn't see it in the moment. So that teammate was really bad because he always blamed everything on me. Now the other teammate, Connor, is a really good teammate. And the reason why Connor's a good teammate, not only does he not do that, but he actually challenges me by his personality to get better at Siege. When he does good, it's not, Jared, why'd you do bad? It's, this is, if I'm like, man, I'm doing bad, he's like, well, what can we do to get you better, right? And it's not better like me, it's we need to get better. Don't worry, you'll do good. You know, that encouraging, not like, oh, it's okay, you lost, you're the best in the world. Not that either. It's, I'm doing good, but I'm not rubbing it in your face, right? Because I mean, simple fact is, I can die and watch Connor, right? I can do that. I can watch how Connor plays. And, you know, Connor gives good callouts. He says, they're on this staircase. Connor never got to the level of understanding Siege that I do, but he'd be like, they're on the back stairs, right? There's a guy up there. He's low health, right? I just got droned. Things like that are callouts that Connor would do, not Bob. Okay. Now to take it a step further, I have my 5 stack that I play with, right? And what those guys do is they give their callouts, and it's it's more than something like Connor, where, you know, I can ask them a question and say, hey, how do I defend when this happens, right? How do I attack dorms on Outback? How do I attack office and border? And they're not going to say, why don't you know how to do it? You know, they're not going to say, you need to do this or else you suck. It's, this is how I do it. This is what I would do, right? Great example, my buddy Mike, I asked him because he's a buck main, and one of our strats involved a buck, and I was the buck. And I don't play as much buck as he does, right? I'm like, hey, how do I shoot this floor out? What would you do? And he didn't say, oh, you suck, you shouldn't be on buck because you don't know it. He said, this is what I would do. This is what you should try. And if it doesn't work, these are the things that I would do. And then if I change the strategy, he's not going to say, Jared, why didn't you follow the exact strategy? You know, it can be like, that's okay. You know, you tried something new. Because a lot of times in Siege, have you guys ever noticed that you make a strategy and 99% of the time, something in it breaks down? Not every floor gets open. Not every wall gets breached. Not every operator holds their spot, right? I have teammates that understand this, that I play with. So let's just say I'm Jaeger and I'm supposed to hold some spot because, you know, we can make Jaeger anchor now if we really want to. And I die holding it. They're not going to say, you suck. We're going to ask, what went wrong? What can we do to fix this, right? I have teammates that I could send footage to and be like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can you help me? You know? And they're going to use moving forward words rather than going back. That's the big sign that you have good teammates. A lot of the times, good teammates aren't the best in the world. They're not the people that carry you to plat. They're not the people that can, pull out a Maru and get an ace every time. They're the people that you get on, and if you do bad, you don't feel like you're going to get chastised for it. If you make a mistake, they're not going to rage at you. They're still going to figure out what they could do better. That's a big thing about my teammates now versus the teammates I had before, is instead of just getting mad at the game, sometimes we still get mad at the game, right? But if they're not mad at the game, instead of still correcting you, even though you're winning, they're still trying to figure out what they can do to do better, right? And just by playing with each other, if we're all focused on what we can do better and we can ask each other questions, not only are we going to get it better faster, but we're going to be more open to criticism from each other, and we're going to be able to take more feedback, and we're just going to get better faster. And that is the sign of good versus bad teammates. And it's that simple, empathy. Someone has a bad day, you don't say fuck you to them. You try to figure out what they did wrong. Try to help them out. And if they don't need your help, you understand that they don't need your help, and there's nothing you can do about it, So guys, that's all I have for this video today. If I could leave you with something from my experience playing Rainbow Six, don't stick with the people that can carry you to plat, but you just regret playing with all day. Don't do that. Find people that you are going to learn with and get better from. Because ultimately, instead of them carrying you to plat, you can all go to plat together. You can all go to diamond together. You're all going to get better together, and you're going to have fun doing it. It's going to encourage you, and you're going to want to keep playing longer, and you're going to be more focused, and you're not going to, instead of being worried about getting yelled at, you're going to be worried about, maybe I can use this buck better on this floor, and stuff like that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I'm Pacific the Casual Gamer. I suck at just as bad as you do at video games, and I'll see you guys in the next one.